Reclaim your confidence with STL Medical Weight Loss. Are you tired of endless dieting and minimal results at the gym? STL Medical Weight Loss offers a revolutionary program. With their highly effective injectable peptides, these medications have been approved by the FDA for weight loss, and you can lose 20 to 30 pounds in 90 days. Their telemedicine service delivers the medication right to your door, so you have privacy and convenience. Obesity rates are climbing in America. 1 in 2 Americans suffers from this problem. So call STL Medical Weight Loss at 636-628-6604 to book your consultation. And mention Tonja, and you will get $200 off your first 2 months. That's 636-628-6604 to book your first consultation. Mention my name, Tonja, and you will get $200 off your first 2 months. The website is stlmedweightloss.com. Hi, everybody. Welcome to One Date to Love. Today, my guest is Kristen Alderson and Taylor Crusore, but the big star of the show is Kiera. She was born on January 29th, about a week after we taped our last show with them, and I wanted to introduce her to the world, and Kristen and Taylor were kind enough to say that we could take a look at their lives right now. So this is a little peek into what it's like to have a baby when you're a former soap star, a brand new baby. She's absolutely beautiful, and they're doing a wonderful job. So stay tuned.
You look gorgeous.
Oh my God, this baby's gorgeous. Look at Kiera.
Oh yes, this is Kiera Sky Crusore, and look at her. She wore a dress for the occasion.
Unbelievable. Taylor, how are you?
I'm good. How are you? I had to change our names down there, so it says.
I'm
Kristen.
very happy. Are you getting any sleep
Kiera.
at all? Are you getting any sleep?
We are.
Yeah.
We're doing pretty well. I mean, as well as you can, right?
I'm up like every 3 hours to breastfeed, and like I'm okay. Like I'm so in love with that schedule. My body sometimes wakes me up before she wakes up, so it's all good.
The thing we try and do, if possible.
Oh my God, look at that little
I know, dude.
I am such a mush. I am such a mush. That's what I am.
Well, maybe we might need to grab that pacifier.
Yeah, here, I'll go grab that real quick. Yeah.
Is she gonna fuss? I don't think she's gonna fuss. Hi, sweetie. You fussing?
Say hi.
I'm probably interrupting your schedule. Yeah.
Oh, no. Thank you so much for Tonja was so sweet and pushed a half hour for us because her schedule has been 3 hours. She was hungry. So she just ate. So sometimes she gets gas after she eats, and
but I've learned a trick.
What's your trick? Tell me.
He's become the shush master.
Well, I have 2 tricks now, but the trick with the gas was she had sent me a TikTok a while ago.
Now?
Yeah, I got 2 tricks. One to get her to
I want to hear all
fussing.
of them.
I know. The gas one was like 2 mornings ago. We were on very little sleep, and Kristen, we'll talk about it in a minute, but Kristen got really sick. And I remember this TikTok that Kristen had sent me about helping a baby with gas, and I just kind of didn't even realize I was doing it. So you rub the left side of their stomach like 6 or 7 times. Then you rub down on the right side. Then you take both legs and you bicycle them back and forth. And then you grab their legs and then push their knees like into their belly and chest. And then it releases the gas. And she farted immediately. And it blew my mind. So then cut to like 5 minutes later, Kristen walks in with her mom. And she's like, oh, is she really gassy? And I just nonchalantly went, I got it. Rub, bike. And did it. And I felt so cool.
He was the coolest dad ever for that.
Yeah, it was great.
My God. Yes. On command. You had.
I know. So it's so crazy. The last time we Zoomed with you, I was very large and in charge, pregnant wise. And
second week of February.
Look at the absolute perfect, gorgeous angel that we got from that.
Yeah.
I thought I was gonna miss being pregnant, and I don't for 1 second because I'm just so freaking grateful to have her here.
So what day was she born?
She was born January 29th. It was a Monday, and right?
11.
Yeah.
11:17.
At 11:17 at night. At 10:30, we decided that I was gonna have a C-section. Or yeah, no, it was probably like 10 o'clock. We decided by 10:30 we were in the OR. They are fast.
C-section is like immediate. It's
I
like as soon as we
know.
decide, yeah, you know. So
I know, and she comes out with a perfectly round, gorgeous head instead of that
Yep.
squish.
She did. No
know.
cone head.
Yeah. It's
as soon as they had said that they're like, Kristen, we're doing this. She's like, we're doing this. And like within 2 seconds, they handed me scrubs. I mean, like it's like wham bam.
I'm
It's
just
like,
cracking up at how just like she's just like, what are you guys doing?
what's going on? What are
She's just mean mugging
she
us.
knows that I was the first person that talked about her on TV.
Yes, yes. She
a
knows
week
the camera.
That was a week before she was born.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy. I know it's so
Mhm.
crazy because they always, you're always like, what's my labor story gonna be? And it was a crazy one. I was in labor, like having contractions, all that stuff for 2 days. And then by the second day, they were like, Kristen, this baby is not coming out. Like you're not getting past 5 centimeters. You're gonna have to get a C-section. And that was like my biggest fear because my mom had 2 C-sections that were really rough. And so I was really scared about that. And then we had like the most fun C-section ever.
Kristen says that all the time, but she's like, "Oh my god, that was so fun!" And like
Yeah,
most people be like,
right.
"Your C-section was fun," but
Our doctor,
we had a great
oh my
team
God,
that
the
was
doctor, the nurses were so funny. Like we all, and then all we Taylor and I need is an audience. So they were cracking up at everything we said. So we're like,
So in the OR room, for instance, in the
You're
OR
the
room,
entertainers.
I know.
Yeah.
In the OR room, it's procedure that that
I
all the
love
doctors
that.
have to go around and they have to be like, hi, I'm Dr. Buelu. I'm the surgeon and I'm delivering the baby. Hi, I'm Maria. I'm a nurse. Hi, I'm Adam. I'm anesthesiologist. They do all of that.
Mhm.
And then Kristen goes,
And then I go, and I'm Kristen, and you're delivering Kiera. And they all bust out laughing. And then like, we've
bet.
never had anyone introduce themselves.
That's right. That's right.
I was like,
yeah.
but they were all excited because I'm like, now you know who you're delivering. Like this is a big deal for us. You're like a part of
But
this
that's
monumental
Kristen
day.
can make any situation the most positive thing.
I know.
Thanks,
That's
honey.
just her.
So
It
I
was
love the
crazy.
girl dad sweatshirt. When did you get that?
Kristen got that for me.
I got it for Christmas.
So you had it
yes,
for a
Christmas.
while.
And then he also has this hat that says Dad Gang.
My Dad Gang hat.
Ooh, I love that.
He's dad.
My best friend, my best friend had his daughter, she's a little over a year now. And I was so excited that we're both having girls.
Oh, that's
and
nice.
so I sent him the exact same hat so that we both have
okay.
the same.
You're in the
we're
bro
dad
club.
gang.
You're in the
Yeah.
dad bro club. I love
Yeah,
that.
exactly.
I love
Exactly.
that. Is your dad still alive, Kristen?
Yes.
Yeah. So is he
Yes.
around?
Yes, we live with my mom and dad.
I knew you lived with your mom, but I didn't know about your dad.
Yes. We live with my mom and dad. And my dad has just always been more in the background because my mom traveled with my brother and I everywhere, and my dad held down this house, and still worked. He was a Philadelphia cop. So he just always stayed here, and yeah, like I said, like held down the fort, and thank God he did, because we wouldn't have a house to have her in right now, and we wouldn't have this basement, which is awesome for us to hang out with her in. And like, so this house has been, oh my God,
Well-
we've had this house since I was 3. So it's been
Wow.
so cool to now be like
Wow.
having her in here. And
I
we have so
moved-
many baby tapes.
I moved so many times,
Did you? Yeah, you just had to move.
This past week, we don't really want to talk about it, I don't think.
Okay. Moving is insane.
Moving on.
Are you starting to recover, or is it still like absolute insanity?
It's a little bit nuts. And it wasn't, it was moving. My husband is not here. I got no husband. And so there's no boyfriend. So there's no male muscle.
Yeah.
Which means that you have to hire muscle. And I'm strong, but I can't carry that much stuff, like everything.
Right.
So but I can carry a lot, you'd be shocked. So I had to get out of my storage unit, and then I had to get somebody to move me out of the storage unit and then move me into a U-Haul and then drive the U-Haul over to my daughter's house, and she could take out what she wanted for her new place and then empty and then put whatever back. Well, they didn't finish loading my storage unit.
Oh,
I kept saying, okay, this stuff is going to Bella's.
Yeah.
So you can't put it in first, you have to put it in last.
yeah.
They didn't speak English. I told them 100 times.
Oh no.
We're at the end, and I said, there's no room for the table. And that's the thing she really wants. And that big étagère, that's the thing she really wants. Well, the truck is too small.
Was it in like the back? Like you had already put, oh no.
I'm like, the truck's too small. I said, okay, then let's put everything back in the storage unit that doesn't fit, even though this is the thing that was the most important that I told you to make sure got done. And then we went over to take out whatever else she could use out of the truck. So we get there. And they said, we have no dolly, we have no blankets, and there's stairs.
You're
said,
like, and that's why I hired you.
Movers?
What am I paying you? Yeah.
Movers have you don't have a dolly or blankets or straps or anything. So I had to pay them and then say goodbye. Then I had to find 2 more movers for the next morning. Had to take the truck back to her house. When I left her house the next day, I had everything piled up here next to me in the passenger seat of the U-Haul.
Yeah.
And I couldn't see the mirror. You ever drive a U-Haul but you can't see the mirror there, Taylor?
I've driven one in Manhattan, but not
so
like
I'm
that.
trying to pull over so that I can take the stuff that's in the seat and put it in my truck, my SUV. So I hear this crunch. I took out somebody's headlight.
No.
Yeah. And guess how much the truck I was driving was hurt? 0. They're like little tanks. So I had taken the insurance, soup to nuts, and left a note on this person's old van and gave them my number and their number and all that. Then I'm really nervous now. You know how you get really nervous.
Yeah.
And I got back in the thing, and now I could see, and I went back over to Bella's, and the 2 new really nice mover guys, took everything into her house that needed to go in.
Oh, good. You finally got good movers.
Everything was fine. Then I had to drive 2.5 hours back to the desert.
When it rains, it freaking pours.
That's the worst.
And it's a lot by yourself. It's a lot by yourself.
Oh, I did it once by myself. When I first moved to New York, it's not as crazy as your story, but I was like 21, 22 when I moved to New York City, and I lived with like 4 roommates. And then I was moving out of that apartment, found a new apartment, and then my roommates like all bailed on me during the move, and I ended up doing all of it by myself. And I had a U-Haul. I had to call out of work supposed to work the next morning. I had to call out of that. I got this U-Haul all packed up, was driving it around Manhattan, nowhere to park. I ended up parking it in Harlem somewhere, stayed at a friend's house that night, and was still waiting to hear if I was actually able to move in the next day. They were like, we don't know if the apartment's ready. But I was like, I had to be out that day at my old place. So I had this U-Haul. I was like, I'm either taking this stuff to storage today or I'm getting it in my place. I have no clue.
Why is it always like
It's
that,
crazy.
dude? It's
and then
crazy.
so same thing. I'm driving that U-Haul. Driving a U-Haul around Manhattan is awful. And luckily, I woke up at 9 a.m. to a phone call saying you can move into the apartment. So I got a friend to help me. Got it there, unloaded everything, and it was like a whirlwind 24 hours. Right? I was sitting there. I had the blinkers on in the truck, and we had been going back, forth, outside, inside, getting everything unloaded as quickly as possible. We took not even 5 minutes just to have a glass of water and be like, oh, we did it. Go down and take the car back, the truck back, had a parking ticket for like $200.
Yep.
Just took those 3 minutes.
Right.
I was like, are you kidding me?
Of course you did. How could you not get a ticket?
Yeah.
This is just the way it goes.
Yeah.
When you move, it's like, there's a certain amount of crap that's going to happen no matter how well you I mean, I thought I had this plan like you can't believe. you know.
Oh yeah.
And I really have moved a lot. So I really thought I had it down. And I did. You know, I had it
You
down.
did have it down. Don't beat yourself up over
That
it. You
first
can't
group
help
of
it that
movers was not
yeah,
helpful.
exactly.
Yeah, that's not.
So now I have a lot of pictures that I forgot I had. I have.
Oh yeah.
I have this one, Harvey Firestein.
Oh, how
Oh,
cool.
that's awesome.
Yeah, he has a little drawing of something a little bit, well.
Oh, that's
Anyway,
awesome.
to Tanya's family, love Harvey.
That's
Aw.
And then I've got my Liza Minnelli letter. Where's that?
Whoa, you have a letter from Liza Minnelli?
Yeah, my husband was in their wedding and I went to her shower and she sent me a thank you note for the gift. I can't find it.
wow.
Cool.
Yeah, and
How
then
was she? Was she like,
amazing.
oh my,
And then I produced Enchanted April. I don't know if you knew that.
No.
oh my gosh.
This is my Enchanted April signed by everybody that was in the cast.
So
That's
neat.
amazing. Oh my God, what an amazing thing to have. Oh, it's
Yeah,
so
I have
great.
that. It's fine. I did that. And I
Ugh,
got nominated for a Tony Award for Associate Producer.
amazing.
What's the one on the tape? Is that Annie
Annie Get
Get
Your
Your
Gun.
Gun?
I invested in that with my husband. We made all of our money back plus some. And it's signed by
Amazing.
Bernadette Peters.
Whoa, sick.
Yeah,
That's
I've got some really
Anything you could do, I could do better. I could do anything.
better than you. And I had to do that with Asa.
Oh, you sang that with Asa?
Yes.
Nuh-uh.
Yes, I did.
Oh
Yes, I
my
did.
God, how fun.
I had the best time on that show.
Oh,
I got killed off since you saw me last
you got killed off.
on General Hospital. I'm dead.
Did you film on General Hospital or they just talked about your character?
They just decided to kill me. So Anna.
What?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So Anna goes to the morgue. Because I'm like, well, if they don't see a body, hey.
Yeah.
Right? So Anna, who is the most trusted person in the cast of General Hospital,
right,
Anna DeVant, goes happily to see a dead Olivia. And they lift up the sheet and she says, it's Olivia. She's been executed. Like that.
What? Some weird calls over there, huh?
So now people are going ballistic. And I'm shocked because it's been a heck of a long time. Right?
Yeah.
Well, it's just an unnecessary kill, right? Because just in case you might want to come back or they might want to have you back, why do that?
Nobody knows. Nobody.
I'm surprised they haven't killed Star, to be honest.
Yeah. So
there's been a couple of weird things like that. Yeah.
So
yeah.
But there's so many petitions.
That's awesome, though.
That's cool.
I just wrote one back. I just said, I wrote here's one right here. Let's see, this petition to bring back Tonja Walker.
Oh,
this is the second
the
one.
soap fans are the best. They're the most loyal.
But this one, I said, I'm saying I'm going along with this because I really appreciate my fans so much, but I'd love to work for a show that actually wanted me to be on it.
Yeah. And that's at the end of the day. I was always told that I would be able to come back whenever I wanted to, and that has not been the case. But at the same time, I'm a big believer of things happen for a reason, and I don't think I would be sitting here in Pennsylvania with my daughter right now if I would have gone back.
You would.
Yeah. So I'm very, very grateful that it didn't. And sometimes, like, I believe in like knock on doors and stuff, but sometimes when doors are closed, it's closed for a reason. So maybe that was, it's so nice for the fans to do that. And that's so awesome. But I think you're kind of right with like, maybe that was, for the best.
Numbers on IMDb.
They got
went from 46,000 to 13,000.
Well, that's great. Hey.
13,000 is not exactly in the top 10. However,
but any press is good press, what I mean?
Any press is good press, right? So I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe this. So what this means to everybody at home is that every actor and actress in the United States of America and the world is on imdb.com. So the higher up you are, the more popular you are. And really the first 100,000 are, we're talking about the whole wide world here.
Yeah.
Right.
So the first 100,000 are considered, pretty popular people.
Yeah, 13,000. That's awesome.
So I'm pretty happy about that, actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
I have no idea where the frick I sit.
No clue where I am either. I have, like,
Well, when
3
you get
credits
to
on
be
that.
my age, you check a lot.
Yeah.
Well, Kristen has a new, since we've last talked to you, Kristen has a new IMDb credit.
Oh yeah, my movie came out. The movie
I saw
on
that it came out. I haven't seen it. Now,
Yeah.
what's it called again? Let's plug it.
It's called The Man in the Guest House. Look, Taylor loves the movie.
I love
It
the
was
name.
it was so fun to watch. It was funny because
Lifetime.
it's on Lifetime. Yeah, it was
Oh
on
my God, it's
Lifetime.
on
You can watch it on Hulu.
Stream it on Hulu.
My friend actually has Verizon, and he said that it was on Verizon on demand, which
Is it
is surprising.
scary?
It's a thriller. So it's not like hide behind your pillow scary, but it's like, ooh, I wonder what's gonna happen, and that's always fun, like with you never know what twists are coming.
Yeah, her character Ashley and her husband.
Here, do you want to maybe take
the little thing?
Yeah,
They ran.
I'll
do
have Taylor do his.
my daddy special.
Yeah,
But they
maybe with a little less shushing.
Yeah. Basically the plot is like they rent out their
Oh my
ADU.
God. I'm sorry, I
Let's
can't
show-
pay attention. I'm
Wait,
looking
let's
do.
let's show the dress.
this little face.
Okay.
This is actually the first and only time. Here, I'll hold her.
Hi, Kiera. Kiera, you're
Oh,
such a beautiful
oh, honey girl.
Hi, Kiera.
Can you say hi,
Hi,
girlie?
Kiera.
It's like, what are all these lights?
My dog is very, very jealous.
She's
She's
a
jumping
gorgeous
up here.
little-
She's very, very jealous.
You
This
say
is
hi
my
to the
dog.
pup?
Lola, look
She
at the
had
baby.
she had the oh hi puppy.
Look at the baby.
She
We're
had
not
the
gonna
bow
get
on
one of
and
those
then
for a
it fell
really
off
long
and I'm
time.
like, well, that's okay.
That's-
There you
Oh,
go.
she's just as precious as she can be. Who does she look the
Oh,
most like? I think she looks like both of you.
She does.
She
look
really
it's
does look like
crazy.
both of us.
She looks like both of us.
I feel like she looks
I
so
love
much like
this
me with her
girl.
eyes closed, and then when she opens her eyes, she looks I don't know.
Her profile is Kristen.
She's gonna
It's
sleep
crazy.
again. I can see it.
Oh yeah. This is her
yes.
squirming because she's sleepy. So
Aw.
Taylor does this thing where he swaddles her and then puts the passy in and just like shushes her, and
And
she
that's it.
loves it. So
Wonderful.
she was just like, why am I loosely in your arms right now? Also, sometimes I found that because I am the milk supplier, she wants milk from me whenever I'm holding her. So if she's a little awake,
It's
she's
like Pavlov's dog.
yeah. She's like, okay, come on, give it to me. I'm like, no, I just want to hold you.
I know.
I
but
can hold her if she's
understand.
sleeping, but if she's awake, she's like,
Well, you think that's what she's supposed to do,
it is what she's supposed to do. My mom calls me the cow. And this is my baby calf.
It's
So
all
she's
right
like,
for your mom to do that, but not your husband.
oh, I know. She's like, uh-oh, the cow's in the room.
If he ever does that, you have to send him out to the car. He's got to go sleep out in the house.
I'm not that he shouldn't, but I'm very lucky that he has stayed attracted to me from the second I was pregnant up until now. He's always been like, you are so gorgeous. It's so hot. It's so I'm very, very
Oh my
grateful.
God, you're so lucky. You're lucky.
He goes, are you kidding me?
Deserve it. He's a handsome man, too.
He is. He's
So
the
what
best.
is your plan? Do you have a plan for after you have a few more months?
No.
Baby?
What is it?
She said, what is our plan? She goes, do you have a plan? No. Our
What do you do?
plan,
Not
well,
about a plan?
we were going to go back to New York. And since having her and having all this space here, we're like, how could we? You got it?
Are you in
we're
Philly?
like,
Are you in
we're in
Philadelphia?
Philly. Yeah. So
Okay,
I
it's a
don't
very
think we're
easy
going back.
Train ride.
Yeah.
Train ride.
Oh,
just
I do
get
it all the time.
Yeah, get an audition,
Exactly.
go up there, do the audition, come back to Philadelphia.
And that's the thing. If he were to book like Broadway or an off-Broadway show again, then we would just do that. We would get a place closer to the train station and settle in there. But like right now,
you don't
because she's not in school, we don't need to settle anywhere. So like having our home base be here, and then if I get a movie, then I can fly out and do that. If he gets a gig, he can go to it there.
We've
Like
traveled together for work so much in the last 3 years.
Yeah.
I travel for work between January and April. That's where I make like most of my money, which is why we moved here.
because he was away all the time.
And we
yeah.
still have our New York apartment, but like that lease is up in August. And so we're like, what do we do? Do we go back for a little bit, see how it is? Like our neighborhood, our street is the most family friendly neighborhood.
Yeah,
There's
it's so
like
cute.
kids events, and there's like they close down the street every day. Kids are always outside playing. It's a
Mhm.
dream. There's a lot of awesome things about it, but at the same time, it's the space, right? And it's how much that tiny space costs. And because like there's no job right now that has like tied us to New York for a while, and because like you just mentioned, it is a very quick train ride, we've kind of been like,
It's an hour,
why?
man. It's an hour.
Yeah, why do
I
all
used
that?
to drive an hour from Connecticut.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we did, and it's such a small space, and we loved that apartment for us as like not
Couple.
as a couple, you know, like to be like a young couple, whatever. But then
part of
now like to
town?
have a baby in there,
Part of
it's
town?
In Harlem, it's like central Harlem, so like 120th,
Mhm.
like right in that area about.
yeah, I guess we could tell people because we're not going to
Well, it
move
doesn't matter.
back.
I mean,
I
that
didn't
that
ask
area
for
is great.
specifics. I was just
Yeah.
asking for the neighborhood.
No, it's
like
just
our
like-
address is
No,
Our
no, like,
address is and my
it's-
phone number.
It's
Yeah.
between like 116 and 120th is like right where you go from Central Park into Harlem. So like we're like central, like north of the park. So like it's a 10, we're like 10 blocks away from Central Park. It's been a dream. We had a
we
backyard.
love it. Yeah.
It's an amazing place, but I don't
Yeah,
know.
we don't really need to be there right now. So, and
Can
we
you
don't need to be
sublet it?
paying rent.
We are right now.
We are right now. So we're
Oh,
going
nice.
to probably continue to sublet it until the lease is
We've
up.
done
and-
that forever too, and
Yeah.
it's fine. So, yeah.
That's great that you
Um,
can do that. It's great that you can do that.
I've done that for years because I've had
Yeah.
that apartment for 7 years now. And that's why I've kept it so long, is because of there's always a sublet in New York.
Well, and that's what
Always.
we were toying with, like, do we just keep it and sublet it just in case? But now it's like if we were to need to be in New York and like need to, we would need a bigger space anyway. So
Of course you would.
And we have enough friends that like if we needed to be there and stay the night, we
You
can.
do.
yeah.
They'd let
Mhm.
you.
Yeah. So
Well,
and I'm
that's
kind of
good.
like I told Kristen recently too, it's like growing up, it was just my mom and I, and my mom had me very young. And so like we moved a lot.
Mhm.
And it wasn't until I was in high school and she was then with my stepdad that like we finally got a house once I was 16. But I only lived there for high school and then I went to college. So I've lived in apartments most of my life, and I'm ready to not live in an apartment anymore. You know, like I'm just like I told her that recently. I go, you know, I'm good. Like I'm ready to like just that be done.
Yeah. And so and we love being here with my family, and they're so great.
Been
And
great.
you spent the first couple years of your life living with your grandparents as well.
Yeah, my mom had me in high school.
Yeah.
My mom was 17 when she had me, and we lived with my grandparents until I was 3.
And we're like, are we gonna buy a house and then and what if I get something in LA or he gets something in LA and then we bought a house for what? Like we'd be screwed. So it's like, let's just see where we are by the time she needs to be in school, and then we'll.
And also, like, if it's I feel like there's like a stigma sometimes about like living back with family, but like if that's an option and it works, I'm like my grandpa, who's now passed away, but he's instilled this in all of us. He's like, family is everything.
Yeah.
Without it, what have you got? And it's so true. And it's like I am beyond grateful for Kristen's family being so close right now that we can.
Family is
There it is.
everything.
See?
Everything else
There
is
it
just
is.
everything else.
That has been
Wow.
instilled in me since I was a small child.
Yep.
Me too.
Yeah.
Aw.
And so it's like and I tell them constantly, but I am beyond grateful for her parents. Her parents are like, "Are you kidding me? We're beyond grateful you want to be here."
Now here's
And-
the thing, Tonja. I know your daughter is moving, but it doesn't mean she's not coming back. And not that you know, like
I
don't want her
my
to
children in my house all the
exactly.
Well,
But
here's
so
Kristen.
so did my mom, and my mom was panicking. I was like 24 when I moved out. And she was like hysterical crying. She's like, she'll never live with me again and stuff. And Eddie was like, yes, she will. and she was like, yeah, and he was like, Mom, she will. And here we are. We're like,
love
hey, you never
that.
wanted us to move, right?
It was so funny. We took Kiera for her first like walk today. The weather was in the high 60s today here, which is awesome. So
Nice.
went for a walk with the dogs and her mom and her dad, and her neighbors came out like, "Oh my gosh, you want to see the baby?" And one of her neighbors was like, I kind of overheard this in the corner, and she was asking her mom, Kathy, "So how long are they here for? Just a couple of months, like just to get acclimated?" And then Kathy just kind of whispers, she's like, "For a bit."
For a bit.
For a while, and then smiled, and she goes,
Yeah.
"Great," and she's like, "Yeah."
Yeah, exactly. It's wonderful.
When you you're an incredible mom. And so like when you make it so wonderful to, live in the house, I think the best thing was that my mom was like, okay, yeah, move out on your, like, congratulate. I'm so happy for you. Like, you're always welcome back, but like, okay. And then I was like,
Well,
um,
it's hard for my kids because they've chosen to live in the most expensive cities in the world.
Yeah.
right, exactly.
So, Abriana is
Same.
shocked at the
What the
new.
frick? My mom just came
Hi,
down with
Mom!
pizza.
Hi,
Try this.
Mom.
A whole
Love
Tiny
you.
saying, hi, Mom, love you.
She doesn't want to be on TV, probably. I love your daughter.
Oh,
And
she
and
said
I'm
she
so
loves
jealous
me.
that your kids get to stay with you.
She says hi.
Sweetheart. I'm
She goes,
so
I'm
happy.
so jealous that your kids get to stay with you.
I am. I
I
truly
said
am.
her daughter just moved out, and I was like, doesn't mean she won't move back. I was like, here we are.
Yeah.
Pray. I'm praying.
Yes.
I'm praying. I am. Thank you. Congratulations on this
Thank you,
beautiful
Mom.
baby.
Thank you.
Oh, what a sweet lady.
Oh, see, and that's why we're here. No, I'm just
I
kidding.
know, right?
Mickey,
I know.
go.
But that's what's been the little things like that, even with raising a child. It's like
Mickey,
Kristen and
go.
I are like beyond capable of raising her and doing this and that. But it's like it's the little things of like all of a sudden
Somebody
we'll be like,
just
oh my
brought
God,
you pizza.
someone just brought us dinner. Or
Literally.
someone did the laundry already. And it's little things like that that make the day 10 times easier for her and I.
We're also like sometimes like we have such a wonderful relationship and get along so well, but my mom is such a good mediator with us, and she
Yes.
doesn't just take my side because I'm her daughter. Like she'll if Taylor will be like, Kathy, I don't know what to do, blah 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 blah. She's like, oh, just tell her she's being crazy, or like, or if I say something to my mom, she's like, Kristen, give Taylor a break, blah blah blah. Like she's very good at mediating us, and
Yeah.
so it's
Yeah.
like having like a
It's
limit
nice.
therapist.
Even the other day I felt bad. It was like very small little things, but I felt bad, and we had like talked, and it wasn't a big of a deal. But like we just had a baby. As much as we love each other, there was like small little moments where I was like, "Oh, you're annoying me. Oh, you're annoying me. Like I want to do it this way. I want to whatever." And I felt bad, and I didn't. It was like I actually like, said anything bad, but I was just in the kitchen with her mom, and I go, "Kathy, I'm sorry. I feel like I was just like a jerk to your daughter. Like I don't know why I even said what I said." Da da da. And she was like, "Taylor, you just had a baby. This is normal. You guys love each other. You're fine." And it
Yeah.
was so nice to just hear that.
And then it's
because
like, okay,
you're
thanks.
like, oh, okay, cool. You can like let it go, let the small
The
things
change
go.
is always hard, It's always
Yeah.
even if it's the most wonderful change in the world.
And it is, yeah.
And that's what you've got there. So the most wonderful.
Can I also brag real quick? Look, I told you, I
You
get
got
her
it, babe.
down.
You got it, babe.
I'm so
He's
You're
pumped.
so
definitely
good.
a good dad. She knows she's
Well, thanks.
safe and she's comfortable and
I
she can
know.
relax. Isn't that
He's
special?
like, I just want my swaddle.
It's
I
like you
love
don't
it.
care.
Daddy special.
You don't care how tired you are. You just hold her and look at that face, and it's all worth it.
Yep.
So for
I could
your
be in.
fans, should we tell them that you're gonna go back to work?
Oh yeah, I definitely plan on it. I'm actually going to try to get in touch with Lifetime this week to be like, hey, I love you guys. That was really fun to do that movie. I would love to do more. Right
I'll
now,
play
I
your
don't have.
mother. Drag
Thank
me along
you.
with you. I'll play
Oh
your
my
mother.
gosh, we
We
look
could
alike.
do
I love
it.
it.
We could
Yes,
do it.
that would be amazing.
Not a problem. And I'll be a
but
nice
yeah.
here. Somebody asked me
Yeah.
that today. I did a UK interview today. I had like 25 questions I had to write the answers to. And they said, of all the parts you've played, which one is the one that's the closest to who you really are?
Mhm.
And I said, the mother in the Derby Stallion, because that's the movie that I told you I produced that where I had
Yeah.
Zac Efron in it, and I played his mom, and my kids played his sisters. And I said, the mom in the Derby Stallion, and he said, really, of all the bitchy parts you played and all the mean people you played, the one that's the most like you? I said, yeah. What do you think I'm going to play? Say I'm like that? No.
Yeah, right.
And
He's like, really? You're not a bitch?
I know. It was really nice though to say that, because it's true.
Aw, yeah. You were born to be a mother, and so to be
And
able
an
to play
actress.
that, like,
I did it was very segmented.
yeah.
And now I'm anxious to get back to work,
Oh,
but
good. Well, we're happy about that because you're so talented. So
Thank you.
that's
Thank you,
great
honey.
news for everybody.
That's very nice of you to say.
The
So it's called The Man in the Guest House.
Yep.
Man in the Guest House. You can find it on Hulu, on Lifetime.com.
Okay,
all
everybody, write in
the
about the
things.
Man on the Guest House. Make sure you don't miss it, and I'm gonna watch it, even if I have to watch it like this.
It's
I
good. Kristen's
promise.
very good in it.
It's fun, and it's people are so used to seeing me as Star, who is kind of a little more stoic, and this character was more bubbly like I am. So
Oh,
that was fun to just kind
that'll
of
be fun to see.
yeah. I tried to bring like my peppy self into the character, especially when things can all go wrong in the movie. You kind of want to show that like I'm a lovable person, you know, like that this character's lovable and you want to be on their side.
Kristen's very good at playing like real person believably. And I think because like especially in a Lifetime movie, it's gonna be a crazy situation usually, right?
Oh yeah.
And Kristen, because she grew up on soap operas, has this amazing skill to play an insane scenario very believably. And not a lot of
So do
people
you,
can do
yeah.
that. And you did, and you have that skill, especially from being on stuff like that. So like that's what I was like giving her so much praise on in this movie. I was like, honey, like you really like carry this film, because like without you being that down to earth in this crazy situation, we wouldn't want to go along this journey with you. So like I'm just so proud of her.
That's
Thanks,
awesome.
So
honey.
awesome.
So I'm thinking about the women that are out there that are getting ready to get back into the dating scene.
Okay.
And you're in that place where you're certainly not getting into the dating scene, but you're getting back into acting shape, you know, where you've got to be, we've all got to be, you know, we've got to recuperate from things quicker. We've got to get back in fighting shape faster. You've got to get back in gorgeous shape faster than most people do. Some people never do, you know.
Right.
So what are your plans? Are you gonna, it's only been a month, so you've got plenty of time, but in like 6 months from now, are you?
Yeah, I mean, I guess like going in being pregnant and stuff, and I loved all the weight that I gained being pregnant. I thought it was so cute. Like I loved having the big belly. I was Taylor was laughing at me because I'm like, I came home one day and I was like, I'm 160 pounds. And usually like I started the pregnancy at 116 doing the movie, which was my skinniest I've ever been. But I was like, oh my God, like that's so crazy. Like how cool. Like, you know, I gained so much weight. So I wasn't even thinking about that. And I haven't been thinking about the weight that I gained. But I knew that the second that I wasn't pregnant anymore, the weight that I had on me was not going to be looked at as like cute anymore, but by the public, you know, and that's like such a horrible standard that is put on women.
It
Is
is
that like
awful.
you're still, this is, they consider this for the baby, the fourth trimester, right?
That's
So
right.
like it's also for the mom as well. And you will still have, you know, the belly. Like I'm right now in my large maternity leggings still, and I, you know, my arms are bigger than they ever used to be, but I don't have this cute bump to show for it, right? So like the weight that everybody looked at me before and was like, oh, how cute, is now just looks like that's whatever, like weight that I have on myself. But I, again, like with the pain, with anything, I really don't care. Like I'm like, I feel, as long as I feel good and I'm able to provide for my dog, I'm able to be there for her and do everything that I want to do for her, I'm not going to worry about the weight. Like the weight will come off of me when it comes off of me.
And
And
getting and
if
going back to work isn't
yeah,
mandatory at the moment. And that's
exactly. And
huge. That's huge. It
yeah,
wasn't
and I
mandatory for me either. And that
that's
was
good.
was a real big
Well,
weight off my shoulders.
and I think tying it back to your kind of like tying like going back to acting and as like getting back in the dating scene thing is like I think the point like Kristen is like getting to, it's like what anything you're jumping back into, as long as you find your authentic self and you present that, because that's the hardest part, right? But when you can believe in your authentic self, other people see that and it draws people in, and that's what makes you special, whether you're looking for that next person to start dating or whatnot, because you want that person, whether they're behind the table at a casting table or you want that person across from you at the bar, to see your authentic self, because that means
Everybody's got to be quiet. I'm on Zoom.
because that's you don't want to be with someone who saw part of you but doesn't see the whole part and wants that whole part of you. And that goes for performing, dating. And so Kristen being like, I'm confident in who I am right now, how I look. I don't care what these standards are. I have goals and plans, but like, this is who I am. And I, as her partner, find that very attractive.
It's
and I
very
want to be,
sexy.
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So,
independence and confidence. They say is one of the most, it's really the most that and they talk about sense of humor, confidence, and a couple of other things that I'm always reading about that men find irresistible. And that's an authenticity. Authenticity, that's the other one.
You could have the hottest body that you think is the hottest body ever, and that can be someone doesn't find that body to be hot. They find a heavier body to be hot. They find a skinnier body to be hot. I once dated a guy that didn't like my butt. He was like, you have the face, but not the body I usually go for. He said that to me like months into our relationship.
what's his address?
Did you dump him?
I did, because he wanted me to start going to the gym, and I was like, no.
Bye.
But that's and exactly what Taylor said. You don't want to be with that person anyway. And I think that
it's just we're in that business. We're in this business. It's so difficult.
But you know what? I do think that the business has gotten better. I think that it's more body positive than it ever was before.
Oh, and I was watching Desperate Housewives last night with my kids. My kids are watching Desperate Housewives. Can you believe it? And all the women on Desperate Housewives were bony, bony, bony. Yeah.
But it's not really like that anymore. Even if you watch like, which is wonderful about General Hospital, that they've gotten great, like that you see bodies of all shapes and sizes. You see, and with every show. So like, you really don't at the end of the day know what a casting director is looking for, because your body could be exactly what they needed, because they didn't want someone that looked like a perfect, whatever. So I just feel like, it's all about confidence and
timing. When are you feeling like you want to be able to, leaving her is going to be so hard.
Yeah, I'm already stressed about that. I have my
you call
sister
me in a couple months and we'll have another conversation and we'll figure out what we're going to do and how I can make your life better. Because
thank you.
I really
right now I like have her on me every 3 hours, and so the idea of like even leaving, Taylor wanted to go see a movie this week, and I'm like and that's literally probably that movie I could go see in between her next feeding. It's not a big deal.
I just was saying, like, I just was like, let's get you out of the house even for an hour, just so that she hasn't left the house really since the hospital.
Yeah,
we went on a walk today, but like, I just for and like, I'm all for being
just
with
for mental health,
but just for her mental health to be like, get out of the house.
But I'm like, but for my mental health, I don't want to leave the house.
I understand. It's really easy to get. I've been in the house for 4 days because ever since I got back with the U-Haul.
Yeah.
Tomorrow I'm going to the tennis match. The BNP Paribas tennis tournament in Indian Wells is my favorite thing to do. And today I was supposed today I was supposed to go to the La Quinta art show today and yesterday, but I just couldn't do it. I
love La Quinta. I stayed there one time. I went to ABC hosted Stagecoach one year, and they flew in a bunch of like actors to go to it. It was back when ABC put lots of money into their soap operas, and it was they put us up in La Quinta at the La Quinta Resort, and
beautiful.
Oh my God,
I go every year.
Fancy.
I go every
beautiful.
year.
Yeah,
wonderful thing. This is these months are the months that I live here for.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome.
And then as soon as summer comes, I'm out of here.
Yeah.
I love winter.
Well, let's do a project together. That'll be one of our goals.
I love it. That'd be a blast.
It would be.
Thanks for your time. Thanks for your
thanks for having me. We love
it. It was so fun seeing you.
Let's do it again.
I will. I just want to tell you how proud I am of you. You're doing a really great job.
Thank you so much. Thank you. It was cool to see you before and after.
Yeah.
And for you to meet Kiera.
I know, look at his face. Oh my God.
She was awake for a little bit for everyone.
She's a beauty. Congratulations, you guys.
Thank you. Time for us to eat this pizza.
Okay.
Yeah, oh my God, I forgot.
Send me your address because I want to send her a little present. Okay.
No presents.
Oh, be quiet. Just send it to me.
I'll send it.
Thank you very much. Okay. God bless y'all. Take care. Okay. Bye-bye.